Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hustlers, makers, and content creators, welcome to another Sunday night creator hangout, YouTuber hangout, mobile creator hangout. If you're making content on YouTube, this stream is for you. This is a Q&A live stream. So if you have a question about YouTube or anything really, there's a questionnaire link pinned to the comments here, and it's linked down in the description. Please make sure to drop your link down there. That's going to guarantee that I actually see your question. If you're posting your questions in the chat and I'm looking at the camera, I'm not actually looking at the chat. I'm going to miss your question. So how is your week? How's everybody doing? Let's start this off. Let me know where you're watching from. I know Doug is in here watching from Australia. I'm still in Mexico. How's everybody doing? And I see the questions are already starting to pile up down in the form down below. By the way, this is totally free. You don't have to pay to have your question answered. However, super chats do jump in front of the line. Any super chat comes in, it's going to bump you up to the front of the line. You do not have to wait for that. Pixelpia starting this off with the first super chat of the day.
Super chat.
Thank you so much. Let the funk begin. I love it. All right, 1 second here. I want to do something here. I need to connect something. Bear with me while you guys are going down there and leaving your questions. I need to connect something. I just kind of did an oopsie when I was getting ready to start my stream, and I need to do a verification here. 1 second. I should have done this beforehand, but I didn't. Hold on. I'm using a really cool new stream tool that you will all be able to see soon enough. Really looking forward to everybody seeing that. I wish I could talk about it right now, but I can't talk about it just yet. There's a new tool that's out that's going to allow people to stream better. 1 second, I actually need to drop this in so I can do some tracking. Bear with me. I should have set all this up beforehand. Quick load. 1 second here. All right, here we go. We are up and we are running. All right, Little Crafty Nook, how you doing? Nice to see you in here. Women Blazing Trails, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. I think you're still in Costa Rica. Luis, how you doing, my man? Nice to see you in here. Okay, so these questions are piling up. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of jump on these and get started here. The first question comes from Zom, who asks a really good question. Says, he reviewed my account. Okay, the question is, I have a serious problem with my channel and I cannot find a resolution, and I'm wondering if you've ever come across this issue. My channel was sent in for second stage AdSense review, and they've come back saying that I had an AdSense account already. I did have a YouTube account 12 years ago, but it's been long since any login details, numbers for it, etc. YouTube wants me to close it or use it. I cannot log into it or close it or use it. I cannot get support. The login is now a Google account. They don't want me to log into. I have no means to do so. They say they sent a code. The number is long gone 10 years ago. Have you ever heard? Yeah, so I have this. I don't have this particular problem, but I have ongoing problems with Google as well. Google still thinks I'm in Thailand, even though I'm clearly in Mexico, and they see my country set to Mexico, even though they display ads to me in Spanish. Even though I use the same devices, they no longer recognize my devices. And thankfully, I've not been shut out of this account yet, but I've been closed out of, I think, 7 email accounts now. I've been closed out of my YouTube test channels. Like I have 2 different channels that I make shorts on that I test with, completely locked out. YouTube support, I'm just going to say it. They're terrible. YouTube support is terrible. They need to be better. They always give us generic answers to whatever our complicated problems are. And I feel for you because you're probably not going to get this resolved. If you don't have access to the email that they're trying to, they're saying it's connected to that AdSense account, you're probably in a pickle on that one. So here's what I would do. I would think long and hard about what email account you had that connected to. Look through your notes, look through your old hard drives, whatever, because you're going to have to close that in order for them to send, or in order to create a new AdSense account in order for you to get paid. YouTube support is terrible. They're embarrassingly terrible. I don't think they're as bad as Facebook, but they're embarrassingly terrible. And when you get in the partner program, you can actually chat with them, and their chat support is equally as terrible. And I have no problem saying that. They're embarrassingly bad. Dan Tana's in the house. What's going on, dude? We got to talk when you're free. Right on, man. AdSense support. Well, yeah, so yeah, AdSense has their own support that you can contact if you've got problems. So I did have a problem with AdSense. Because I'm an American living in another country, I had to verify a bunch of tax information a couple of months ago. Some of you may have had to deal with that, where you had, or they were going to take a percentage of your revenue. Because I was in Thailand when I opened my AdSense account, this is where you need to be careful. The country you open your AdSense account with is going to lock that AdSense account to that country, and there's no way to change it. You cannot change your country. You have to close the account in order to open a new account. So I opened it in Thailand. I'm now in Mexico. They won't pay me in Thailand now. There's some complication. They won't pay me in Thailand, but I can't close it because I can't access an account to get to it. So I haven't been able to collect any AdSense revenue for a couple of months. And YouTube is just completely worthless when it comes to support on that one. So I feel your pain. The only way you're going to get through this is if you find that old email address and get in there. I wish I had better news for you, but yeah, you're in a pickle on that one, and so they're not a lot of help. That was my rant on YouTube support today. We're starting the stream off strong. Got tons of frustration with them. Next question: the luxury hybrid. Who says, the value that I work to provide for my audience has to do with reviews on fashion and beauty, with a few shopping vlogs related to both, to break up monotonous content. Is it possible that YouTube stops trying to promote a channel's videos if it hasn't grown exceptionally after a few years? Nope. So the answer is no. YouTube doesn't promote your... Okay, the way YouTube works is this. People think, okay, well, YouTube is not promoting my videos anymore. YouTube will promote your channel. Now, I'm going to say this. There have been anomalies. There have been certain situations where channels have legit just died, just completely died. YouTube has even said there's like anomalies where this happens. However, for most channels, how people respond to your videos is going to dictate how that video performs. So they're not suppressing your channel because it's not growing at a particular speed. What's happening is the videos that you've been uploading, your audience is not responding to that content in a positive way, or at least enough to where YouTube says, we want to keep showing this to more people. So that's what's happening there. The same thing on Instagram. I've done collaborations with a known cosmetic company, and I have an upcoming collaboration with a jewelry company, but neither are sponsored. Do you think doing lives would be a considerable option to grow my channel? And what would be the best way to promote it? Okay, so live video is a great way to connect with your audience. However, it's not the best way to actually grow your channel because the replay value on a live stream isn't that great usually. Now, that being said, if you are already a personality and you already had a large following, going live could help you. But if you've got a smaller channel and you're still trying to build momentum, going live isn't necessarily going to, that's not going to start building that momentum for you. Yeah, you can pull in some new people. You can build some friendships and build some people who want to watch more of your videos because they get a deeper connection with you because you are going live, and you can talk to them directly, but it's not going to be a game changer for your channel. What's happening that's slowing your growth right now, and I'm just having a look at your channel really quick. Let me search. I'm just going to look at your videos. Most popular, give me just a second here. So like your most popular videos, oh wow, you've been going at this for a while. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, you've been going for a while, but it looks like you've kind of been, I could be wrong. It looks like you haven't been super consistent. Let me see. So it looks like you're doing all sorts of different things. Hold on. The luxury hybrid. So you're doing shopping, you're doing makeup, you're doing vlogs, you're doing lots of different things on your channel. Yeah, so if I'm looking at videos that are more recent, let me look here. Give me 1 second. Let's see. You're doing YouTube Shorts, so that's cool. Where I've been, what I've bought. So 2 months ago, last day in Key West. Okay, so I'm going to share your channel here. Hey, Heidi. Hey, Tommy. Let me share this. So if I'm looking at your channel here, what I'm noticing is when I went back and I looked at your most popular videos from a couple of years ago, they had to do with luxury products. They had to do with shopping. They had to do with what you're telling people that's about your channel. And I'm looking at some of these videos here. You're talking about lockdowns. You're talking about your vacation in Key West, more lockdown stuff, unboxings, what I wore, photo shoot ideas, are YouTubers narcissists? So you're mixing up the type of content that you made previously, like what worked on your channel before. Like that's not what you're making now. Now that type of content might not work on your channel now. You might have tried that and it might not be working. So you're trying different things. And if so, that's fine. Keep throwing things up against the wall to see what sticks. But you're deviating. Like, I don't understand what any of this has to do with like luxury, life, beauty, style, luxury meets affordable. Like I'm thinking that you're going to be reviewing, you know, products and all of that. And that's not the message that I'm really getting from your channel. So I would go back and focus more on the things that have historically worked for your channel instead of like, I mean, no offense. I hope you're having a great time in Key West. But if I subscribed because I love how you do bag reviews and I love that you're talking about all these luxury products and you're like, hey, I'm on vacation in Key West, I'm under lockdown. I don't care. I really don't care. You know, if you want to have a vlog channel, do that somewhere else. Create a second channel or do that on TikTok or do that someplace else. I would niche down and stay niche down on your channel. Do that for a while. See if you can kind of get the gears spinning again, going in that direction. Neil, how's it going, my man? Nice to see you in here. Live in the DJ box. Nice to see you. All right. Next question. Next question comes from Alejandro, who asks, is there one crucial thing that will help YouTube push out your videos to the right people and for more people to see my videos? Well, yeah, yes, and I'm going to explain how that works in just 1 second. I'm just going to have a peek at your channel so I can see what you're doing on your channel. All right, I'm going to share your channel here too, because it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you. All right, when I look at your channel here, I'm not really sure what's going on. You're playing a game. Coleman unlocked. Watermelon shorts. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with your channel. Like you've got is this a watermelon challenge? You've got Call of Duty going on here. I programmed a robot to do this. Eating the spiciest wings. Yeah, okay, so if I'm going to tell you the one thing that's going to help your channel more than anything to find the right audience is to let YouTube know what your channel is about. Right now, you're telling YouTube, hey, my channel is about all kinds of different things, and YouTube's going to say, okay, well, we don't know the right audience necessarily to match with your videos. So I would say this, pick something that you want to make a ton of videos about, that you're knowledgeable about or passionate about, or you just love making those videos, and focus on that. Make those videos. But when you're mixing a bunch of stuff up, you're also mixing your audience up. And when you're mixing your audience up, just like the other channel that we pulled up, you're in most cases going to grow a lot slower than if you were to niche down and streamline your channel, right? Because let's say I subscribe to your channel because I love what you're doing with Call of Duty, and then you start uploading a challenge about watermelon and you build a robot and you're like, whoa, I'm here for the Call of Duty. I don't care about your robots. I don't care about your watermelon. Give me more Call of Duty. Right? So focus on whatever it is you want to focus on that thing, and then keep doing that thing. So that's the one tip, focus. You've heard people say niche down, niche down, niche down. And if you don't niche down, I mean, you can do that. You can niche down, but you're going to grow a lot slower. Now, I see that you do have gaming content. As a gamer, you have to understand that you are in a fierce, highly competitive market as a gamer. where if you were doing something else, it might not be so competitive. So as a gamer, and I know all of you here have heard me say this a whole bunch of times, as a gamer, you're going to have to do one of the following. As a gamer, you're going to have to either A, teach people how to play the game, and you're going to have to make a ton of videos and build a huge content library that helps people play a particular game or multiple games, right? How to beat the game. Or two, you need to be a world-class, awesome gamer. You need to dominate that game and win at that game, where you just crush that game and people want to watch you. Three, you need to have a larger, I don't know if you have to have a larger than life. You need to bring something to the table, some personality or some character that you've created, and bring that to the table. You know, I like to use Dr. Disrespect as an example. He's not the best gamer, but he brought this larger than life personality to gaming. Like, I don't care what game he plays. I'm not interested in the game. I love watching how he acts as a character, right? He brought something new to the table. So think about what it is you bring to the table as a gamer. And that applies to all the gamers in the house right now. And if you are a gamer, type in gamer in the chat right now. I want to see you type in gamer. I know a lot of times we get a lot of gamers in here. Represent. Let me know you're a gamer. Neil says, have a look at your Twitter. I will have a look at my Twitter here in a bit. Thank you, Neil. Let me see. I'm going through gamer. Up here it comes. Gamer, 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 gamer. I love it. Yeah, so that applies to all of you. If you're a gamer, teach people how to beat the game, or you beat the game, or bring something to the table that is worth watching. You know, you could just be your amazing personality and you're just fun, or maybe you've got a dry sense of humor. You have to find a way to bring something unique to the table. Otherwise, you are lost in a sea of gamers who are just saying, watch me play the game. Watch me play the game. And if you can't tell somebody why they should watch you play the game instead of watching any other million gamers out there playing the exact same game, you're lost. And that's the struggle as a gamer, that, you know, you're going to have to figure out how to do that, right? Have to figure out a way to stand out. All right, next question. And by the way, those of you who are joining us, look at the pinned comment there in the chat, or the same link is down in the description. If you have a question, please click on that link, drop your question in the forum. It's going to guarantee that I actually can answer your question, because if it's in the chat, there's a 99.9% chance I'm not actually going to see it. Next question. And by the way, this is first come, first served. Mike Macanish, how you doing, my man? I'm just curious, did you see my last edit? Nope, I did not. I tweeted you the link. Yeah, I'm way behind. My mentions on Twitter are man, I'm way behind. Do you know of an app or a tool that would let me mark up a video on a phone or iPad, like you can mark up photos, or like a Chrome extension you use on your computer? You mean like draw on it? Like doodling on it? If you mean like a static doodle, or do you mean like an animated type doodle? A light motion might make you do that. If you've got a tablet, you could create transparent PNG images with like Infinity Photo or something like that. You could draw on them, and then you could actually put them over your footage as a transparent image. You could actually even animate those. You could animate those. I think Affinity can do the animation where it will record your drawing, and then you could export that and then drop that over. Don't know if that answers your question, but that's probably be the way that I would approach it. I don't know a easy way to do it. And just in terms of looking, I don't watch a lot of videos. Occasionally, if somebody says, hey, watch this, what do you think of this? Occasionally I'll get a chance to watch it, but I usually don't click on those things to watch those. I'm not a huge consumer of YouTube. I try to create more than I consume, and I've got a couple of huge projects that I've been working on right now, so I haven't been consuming that much. If I'm consuming anything, it's TikTok more than anything, because I'll sit through a 30-second clip. The luxury hybrid again. Other channels within my niche have started around the same time as me and have the same consistency as my channel, and we're not necessarily putting in the same research for similar topics, yet they have considerable growth. How can I, this is great question. How can I understand the YouTube algorithm? Some of my videos do well and others don't, but the same effort has been applied. Okay, again, man, you're bringing great questions today. Here's the thing with YouTube. The amount of effort we put into YouTube, and this applies to myself and everybody in here, the amount of effort we put into YouTube or any social media post does not equal success. The more effort I put in does not equal the more return I'm going to get on that post or that video or whatever. Now, I will say this, if you're trying to compare yourself with other channels in the niche, that is going to be the kiss of death. Comparison, there's a saying about comparison. You can let me know what it is because I'm going to say it incorrectly. It's the, hey, Heavy Metal Chef, what did they say? It's the thief. Somebody tell me what it is. Comparison is the thief of joy. Something like that. You guys can let me know what it is. I don't remember exactly what it is, but if you start comparing yourself to other channels, it's going to eat at you and you're going to lose. The reason being is because their thumbnails might be better than yours. Their video might be better than yours. The way they present in front of the camera, the way they edit their videos, the hook, the first 5 seconds of their video might be stronger than yours. There's lots of different reasons why some channels grow faster than others. It could be you're just choosing the wrong topics. It could be you're talking about the wrong things. It could be your thumbnail game isn't that good, right? You have a low click-through rate. People just don't click on your thumbnails that much, while the other channels in your niche, they get clicked on more, so they get more views. Or you might have a horrible hook at the beginning or no hook at all. You might not have anything that pulls them in and compels them to actually watch and keep watching your video. All of this stuff here on YouTube, I'm going to see if somebody actually, what's the compare? There it is. Thank you, Chantal. Comparison is the thief of joy. I knew it was something like that. Yeah. Comparison is the thief of joy. You know, all of us, we have to learn all of these new skills. It's not enough to just grab your camera and make a thumbnail and be like, okay, where's my views? We have to learn what our audience responds to. Just because you can make a thumbnail doesn't mean it's the thumbnail that's going to get clicked by your audience, right? I could make a thumbnail for your channel where the same style, where I might change a phone for a luxury bag, might have a 15 or 20% click-through rate on my channel with 1 million impressions, but it might not, do anything at all on your channel and be a complete failure because I don't understand your audience. You have to learn what makes your audience click or tap. That includes the thumbnail and that includes the topic. Once they click or tap and they get into the video, you have to understand and learn what your audience will respond to within those first 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds. And then you have to learn how to edit your video to keep them watching throughout the duration of the video. So those are the things that I'm going to call them competitor channels. Those are the things that your competitors are doing better than you. It's that simple, right? YouTube is based on performance. So, you know what? We have 60 people in here. I would love to see 60 people say this. YouTube is based on performance. And excuse me if I spelled that wrong. I'm not looking. YouTube is based on performance. I would love to see 60 people in here type in YouTube is based on performance, because when you understand this, one simple thing, that what's shown on the screen right now, when you understand this, it starts to make sense. All of the questions you have about YouTube start to make sense when you understand that YouTube is based on performance. That means that if you create a thumbnail that doesn't get clicked or tapped, you're not going to get a view. That means that even if you create a great thumbnail that gets a ton of clicks, your click-through rate is off the roof on that one. You knocked it out of the park with your thumbnail, but your video is weak. Could be your hook, could be the beginning of your video, whatever it is. Your video does not hold their attention and they leave. It's based on performance. And the way YouTube works, the more people positively respond to your content, right? The more people click, the more people watch, the longer they watch, YouTube notices that because you're sending positive signals to YouTube. YouTube says, wow, everybody we show this to, or the majority of the people we show this to, they click and they watch a decent amount of video. They reward performance. The opposite happens when it doesn't perform well. If YouTube says, okay, well, here's this video and here's a group of people we think would be interested in this video. And they show that video to those people, right? And it shows up on their home feed, right? They open up YouTube and there's your video and they don't click or they don't tap. YouTube notices that as well. And they say, wow, we put this video up and we showed it to the people we thought would like it and they didn't click and they didn't tap. Those are negative signals going to YouTube. So guess what YouTube is not going to do? They're not going to keep showing that video to people because they realize people are not clicking. They're not watching. Or if they did click, like, wow, people are clicking. That's cool. But they're clicking away too soon. Or they're not watching your video in any length whatsoever, right? Negative signals. So positive signals, YouTube rewards that performance by putting that video in front of more people, right? It's that snowball effect of a snowball starting off really tiny on top of a hill. As it rolls downhill and it picks up speed, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. The same thing happens with views. Positive response, YouTube rewards you with more people. Negative response works in the opposite, right? Poor click-through rate, poor watch time, the video dies, boom, it's done. It's the end of the story. Your competitors are doing better in those categories. Now, how can you figure out how this works? Like, okay, how am I performing? YouTube gives us that data. We have our click-through rate that tells us the percentage of people who actually click on that thumbnail versus the amount of people who've seen it. That's called impressions. The impressions will be 1,000 people or 10,000 people. And then the click-through rate percentage would be the percentage of those people who actually clicked on it. Naturally, you want a lot of impressions and a good click-through rate. If you get a lot of impressions at a lower click-through rate, that's fine too, because it means that they're showing it to more people. They also show us different ways to view how long people are watching our video. Go look at the percentage of the view of the video. If you've got 20% of the people watching your video, that's pretty short. Try to get that up to 40% or 50% or 60%. You want people watching your videos as long as possible. And I think I got a super chat in here. Where do we go? Urban Explorer.
Super chat.
My man, thank you. Just in case you need a weekend beer, and if you're looking at channels, add me to the list. If not, enjoy the beer. Awesome, man. I'm not looking at channels, but you know what? If I get into that, let me go ahead and just pull you up here. Give me 1 second here. So if I do get into some channel reviews, I'm going to, give me 1 second. Oh, why is that not coming through? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, Neil. Urban Explorer. Neil, I've been vicariously, quietly living through your post, man. It looks like you were out living your best life in your van. I love it. And I got another super chat somewhere in here. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. Thank you, Seismic Shock TV.
Super chat.
Says, I can attest to everything D is saying and his brother Nick. Because of both of you, we are now starting to get 1,000 views in the first 5 hours of uploading. Thank you so much for the super chat. Dude, that's fantastic. 1,000 views within the first 5 hours of uploading. That's amazing. What's happening is you're getting your finger on the pulse of what people will respond to with your content. You're understanding the topics that people respond to. You're understanding how to make thumbnails that people click on, and you're understanding, hopefully, how to get them to watch a decent amount of your video. So when all of those pieces come together, this is what you see right here. I'm stoked for you, man. That's awesome. And you have 4,000 subscribers. That's huge. 4,000 subscribers and you're cracking over 1,000 views in the first 5 hours. Amazing. Amazing. All right, next question. Where are you at? Oh, luxury hybrid, just to go back on that. I know that was a huge answer, but you need to focus on those things. Go look at your metrics. Look at your click-through rate. Look at your audience retention report. That's going to tell you how people are responding. If you look at your audience retention report and it's just a nosedive, right? It's a graph and it's just pointing down, they're not interested. Or if you hold them for a certain amount of time and then it crashes and you're like, hey, all these videos crash around the 5-minute mark, maybe your videos are too long, right? So don't worry about the other channels. They're doing those things better than you are. The good news is you can still learn how to do those things as well. Your next video could be the video that changes everything with the right topic, the right thumbnail, getting people to watch, a decent amount of the video. Voyager's Revenge asks the next question, who says, hey, D, I've just surpassed 100,000 subscribers. All right, 100,000, man. Welcome to the Play Button Club. And I'm wondering, when will I be able to apply for the verification badge and the 100K Creator Award? Currently, my channel subscriptions show a number even greater than 100,000, but I haven't got any notifications to apply for a verification badge. Here's the thing, neither did I. Give me a second. Let me see if I can pull this up. YouTube verification badge form. Give me 1 second. See if I can find it. I'm going to drop, again, I'm trying to carry the chat right here to see if this is it. I'm going to drop a link into the chat right here for you. Go here. And again, I just quickly scanned this one. There's 2 different forms that you actually need to fill out. YouTube didn't contact me either. One form I had to fill out for verification. Another form was to actually order the play button. Check out that link. That might be a good place to start because it's called verification badges on channels. And you can also Google for how to claim your, let me see if I can find it. How to claim YouTube play button. Yeah, they don't make it obvious. Here it is, redeeming your award. Boom, here's the second one. Man, I got you. Look at that. So the second one right now, so the first one is about verification. The second one is how to claim your actual award. Hopefully I copied and pasted the right ones. Hey, Ashley, how you doing, man? All right. Congratulations, though, man. Next question comes from, did I just miss a super chat? I think I did. There we go.
Super chat.
Go, ADHD. Because our videos look the same, but my hair light is better because I have hair. Hey, yo. Because our videos look the same, but my hair light is better because I have hair. Yeah, well, there you go. I'm coming to you live from an Airbnb. So this is a remote set, if you will. So I'm doing the best I can. Yeah, I've been trying to grow hair. I'm thinking about it. It's just not working. Doing what I can. Thank you so much.
Super chat.
Also, for anyone who thinks you need fancy equipment, I do all of my editing, thumbnails, recording on an iPhone Pro Max. Right on. LumaFusion is amazing for mobile users. Thank you for sharing that. I love that. I love the fact that you're growing and you're succeeding. You're building that channel momentum and you're able to do everything from an iPhone, right? That goes to show you the gear doesn't matter. The gear can matter if you're trying to do, if you want particular looks, if you're trying to achieve certain depth of field or you're doing cinematic things, yeah, the gear matters. But if you're just doing basic YouTube videos, you have what you need to get started. You have what you need to get started. Narfield, hey, did you get your audio sorted last night? I did. I did get the audio sorted last night, and we ended up doing like a 5-hour stream over on Twitch, which I unlist all that stuff. I don't keep all my Twitch stuff public. That's one of those things, like if you miss the Twitch stream, once I go back and delete it, it's gone. So yeah, thanks for checking back in. All right, here we go. Next question from AEK Productions. Question is, how do you get more people to turn on notifications other than asking in a video? I'm going to do you one better. Instead of trying to find a way to coerce people to turn on their notifications, you can ask them, hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you can be notified whenever I upload a video that can help you XYZ, right? Tell them what they're going to get. The best thing you can do is take advantage of your card, your end screen, the link in your description, and your pinned comment, and direct them to watch another video. If you get people to watch multiple pieces of content, YouTube is going to show people who are not even subscribed to your channel, people who do not have notifications turned on. If you can get them to watch 2 or 3 of your videos, they're going to show them your content, even if they're not subscribed, even if they don't have notifications turned on. YouTube rewards performance, right? That's going to be the theme for today. I want to go back and highlight again. Let me see if it's, where's it at? I'm scrolling backwards. Give me a second. Here, YouTube is based on performance. Like, this is the answer to every question. Every question, well, let's just say 98.4% of all the questions you have about YouTube are answered with this right here, right? How do you get people to turn on notifications? You don't. What you do is you get them to watch multiple pieces of content. Get them to watch a second video. If you can get them to watch a third video, then it doesn't matter if notifications are turned on or not, because YouTube is going to show them your content because they see performance. This viewer didn't just watch one video. They watched 2 videos, or even better, they watched 3 videos. So YouTube sees that as a win for your channel. So when that person opens up YouTube or you upload your next video, there's a really high probability that they're going to make sure that they see that piece of content. And if they continually come back to watch your videos, that's performance. So YouTube's going to say, hey, even though they're not subscribed, even though notifications are not turned on, they continually watch this type of content from this channel every time we show it to them. So they're going to make sure they keep showing them your videos. That's how YouTube works. Over and over and over, around and around it goes. YouTube is based on performance. Like I mean, just tattoo that on your arm. Tattoo that on your arm. There's no YouTube rewards performance because it's based on performance, and it works the opposite way, right? The content that you upload, if it doesn't perform, it's going to nosedive. Or keep this in mind. You could upload a piece of content that could perform well if it gets in front of the right audience. However, maybe you've confused YouTube by uploading all kinds of different types of content, so it's the wrong audience, or you uploaded it at the wrong time. It's not relevant for what's happening right now. So you could, in theory, upload a video today that dies. But 3 months from now, 6 months from now, all of a sudden that topic is relevant. All of a sudden, YouTube has a better understanding of who the audience is for that video. Phew, it's off and running. Show of hands, type in yes into the chat right now if you've ever had a video on YouTube rise from the ashes out of nowhere. Type in yes. Video's dead, or maybe it had a little bit of life and then it died off, and then months later, whoa, I'm getting this surge of views out of nowhere. Where are these coming from? Type in yes if that's happened to you in the chat. Happens to me all the time. Happens to me all the time. And other things happen too. When you upload a video, it could be the wrong traffic source, right? I have a tutorial-based channel. I do the best on search-based traffic. That's where my channel does the best. My thumbnails don't perform well with browse traffic. That means, when somebody opens up YouTube and they're not subscribed to my channel and they see a video from me like, hey, how to edit on your iPhone, they don't really click on that, right? So my content, generally speaking, does not do well with browse traffic. However, once my video has been on YouTube for a while, even though it hasn't, it's kind of died off, once the traffic changes and YouTube says, okay, we understand what your video is about, and it starts getting search traffic, those videos usually take off if I did everything right. That happens. Okay, next question. Jay-Z. Hey, what's going on, man? Jay-Z down in Florida. Hope you're doing well in Florida, man. That's scary news. I'm looking at Florida, man. I'm just looking at everything's happening there. It's like chaos down there. Okay, how good is a 4+ minute of continuous segment of audience retention to an 11-minute video? I just got this. Normally, at best, I get 2 minutes. Good question. So here's what I like to do. Obviously, you want as much watch time as possible, right? Everybody wants as much watch time as possible. YouTube wants us to have a lot of watch time. YouTube wants people to come onto the channel, stay on the platform. There is such a thing called session time. Not super important, but it is something that's looked at. The important thing is how an individual video performs. That's the most important thing. So instead of trying to figure out which one is going to perform the best or which watch time is more valuable, think of it in terms of how does this individual video do? Because every video we have on our channel, it's an individual thing, right? Like our channel is a collective mountain of videos that we make, a content library, right? That's what our channel is. It's a content library. And they work together, especially in your case, because you're giving, legal advice. So all of your content works together, but at the same time, each video stands alone as its own entity, right? So I wouldn't think in terms of which one is better. You could work the math out on that to figure out which one gives you more watch time, but it really doesn't matter at the end of the day, because what matters is, and I'm going to guess that a lot of your traffic is search-based too, based on the type of content that you're making. So if I'm correct in that you are getting a good amount of search traffic, or if people are looking for, how do I do this after a car crash or whatever it is, I would bet that because you have a lot of that traffic, then the only thing that matters is how that one particular video performs against all the other videos that are competing for that title, and all the other videos that YouTube believes that that particular viewer might watch at that time. So that's where things start to matter. So if you've got, just to say, 4 minutes of watch time and a certain click-through rate, and somebody's searching for what to do after a car crash, YouTube's going to start looking at all the videos that they would recommend for that search query. And they can say, okay, well, what are their click-through rates and what's their watch time and who performs the best and what's the most relevant? And they're going to surface those and put those in order that way, in addition to any other video that YouTube thinks at that particular time might be relevant to the viewer. So that's how I would handle that. Hope that answers your question. Next question comes from Seth. Hey, Seth, how you doing? What's the best time to upload YouTube Shorts? Anytime. Any time to upload YouTube Shorts. Don't overthink short form content right now. What I want you to do is this. If you're like, hey, I want to upload short form content, I want to upload to TikTok or whatever, just start uploading. Start uploading when you think the most people are going to be online, right? And it makes sense. So if you're trying to reach people in the US, well, it makes sense to upload when people are waking up in the US and whatever time zone they first start to wake up in. Try to target that time zone if that's the audience that you're targeting. Now, YouTube Shorts and TikTok and all of that, they're kind of a different beast in terms of how they present content. They don't necessarily always work the way long form content does, but that's a good way to start, right? If you're uploading content when people are asleep, right? I can't tell you how many times I've seen this where I'm looking at somebody's channel, I'm doing an in-depth channel review, and I'm like, well, what time are you uploading? Like, I upload at midnight. I'm like, okay, well, where's your audience? I'm mostly in the US and Canada. Okay, well, they're sleeping when you upload. Your audience is asleep when you upload. So what happens is you upload, they're sleeping. YouTube says, okay, well, nobody's watching this video. You're uploading, there's no positive signals going back to YouTube. So those videos just kind of slowly die off in most cases. But if you just change when you're uploading, right? Your target audience, when are they awake? Right? That's when you upload. If you're making children's content, you don't upload the content when the kids are at school. You upload when they get home from school. If you're trying to target stay-at-home moms, you don't want to upload videos while, they're making dinner, or, while all the kids are home, or while they're getting kids ready for school in the morning. You want to target them after the kids are gone and they've got all day to themselves. Like, those are your target hours. You have to think about who your audience is and what are they doing at that particular time. Then you upload. So there isn't a clear-cut answer of give me a time to upload. You have to experiment to find out when is the best time to upload for your audience. For my audience, the best time to upload is around 6:30 to 7 a.m. my time, where I'm at here, which is CDT, which is Mexico City time. And that targets the people that I want to target. It can be totally different from you based on where people are watching from. If the majority of your audience is in India, well, that doesn't work. Uploading when I say is the best time doesn't matter. You need to upload when your audience is awake. So experiment, but comes down to this. Don't overthink it. Just think through, who do I want to make content for? What are they doing? When do they wake up? And just upload them, right? And experiment. Experiment in the morning, experiment in the afternoon, experiment at night. But just think through where they are and what they're doing in their day when you upload. Next question comes from Zeppelin 3D. Question is, I'm just starting out about a month ago into my journey. Welcome to YouTube. Currently, my focus is to consistently upload one video per week. Do you feel this is enough of a channel just starting out, or should I be uploading more often? I believe that as a new channel, you still have a lot to learn. You have to learn how to edit, how to make thumbnails, how to choose the right topics, so on and so forth. And when we're just getting started, it can feel overwhelming to upload a bunch of content per week. So I would say this, find a schedule that you can be consistent with. If that's once per week, that's fine. If you can do twice per week, that's even better, right? Think of it this way. Once a week, if you got one fishing pole, one bait, and you toss it into the lake. 2 uploads a week, you now have 2 fishing poles, 2 pieces of bait, and you've thrown them both into the water that way. So there's better chance for success by uploading more content. However, because you're at the stage where you're still trying to figure out who your audience is and what they respond to, you don't want to upload too much because you want to upload, see, is there any response to this, make adjustments, upload the next one, analyze that, is there, how people respond to this, and change that way. So you don't want to upload too much. You don't want to brute force things. But I would say at the bare minimum, once is enough. If you can do 2 and you're paying attention to your data and you're seeing how people respond, I think that would be good. But if you can only do 1, if that's the only thing that fits in, I think you're good to go. Next question from Frontier Survival. Is it a good thing to make highlight reels of live streams? It could be. It could be. Some channels are very successful highlighting clips. Look at Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is a great example. Now, I understand he is doing a podcast, but he takes the best moments of the podcast and he turns them into clips. I don't know what type of content you're making. What are you doing? You're not a gaming channel, so I'm not sure. You might be a survivalist channel. So if you're doing a live stream and there's a segment in there where you can break it into a small clip, a bite-sized clip, that could be a standalone short, a standalone TikTok, or a standalone YouTube video that is very topic specific, cut it out, right? Trim that down, take that piece, come up with a very relevant topic, come up with its own thumbnail, and just put those up and see how your audience responds to it. It works really well for some people. I think it depends on choosing, again, right thumbnails, the right topics, and making sure that the edits within that make sense. So when somebody clicks, you get right to the meat and potatoes of it. So look at how any of the large podcasts do it. When they upload the large podcasts and they upload the highlights of those podcasts as well. Study those, see how they do it, because that works. And Pixelpia.
Super chat.
Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Need some more funk in this excellent live stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love it. So this is so funny. Let me do something here really quick. I'm supposed to be tracking something on this end, and I just completely messed it up. So give me just a second here. I put in the wrong thing, and I'm not tracking anything. Give me a second. What am I doing? Live stream chat. Oh my goodness. Give me 1 second here. All right, my apologies for that. All right, next question. Thank you, Pixelpia, by the way. I just lost my question. There they go. Okay, next question is from the Raider Gamer. Raider Gamer asks, hey, D, I have 5 subscribers. Okay, welcome to YouTube. I have 5 subscribers and I've not gained any more and I've not gotten views. What am I doing wrong? If I am doing something wrong, can you help me? Okay, it looks like you are a gaming channel. You're coming in from a game console. The problem is, and I'm going to go on a guess here. So you've been uploading for a year. And I'm going to share your channel. Hi, Bryce, Top 10. How you doing? Let's go. Uptown Funk. That's such a fun song, isn't it? Raider game. So you're doing, I guess, commentary about the Raider game. Raider games. How to create Charles Woodson. Is this an actual game? Raiders schedule. Oakland Raiders. Are you playing a game? Yeah, my God, I almost forgot that. Brady Sacks. I don't know if this is a game or you're having commentary about the actual game. I think a little bit of both, maybe. Yeah, so here's the problem. Here's what you're doing wrong. Your problem is your titles. Your titles aren't speaking to anybody. Most of your titles, I have no idea what's going on here. So here's what I recommend you do. I'm going to drop this in the chat. Hold on here. I drop this in the chat almost every week. So everybody in here, if you're new to, okay, show of hands. If you're new to YouTube, or if you've yet to build channel momentum. So if you're new to YouTube, or you're still trying to figure out how do I grow my channel, type in yes into the chat right now. Type in yes if that's you. Renee Ritchie in the house. What's going on, my man? Nice to see you in here again. Somebody said, who let Richie? I don't know. I don't know who let Richie in here. Yeah, so if you're just trying to figure this out, you're like, man, I'm just not growing. I don't understand YouTube. This doesn't seem to work. What am I doing wrong? Yeah. Wow, there's a lot of yeses coming in here. Look at this. Hey, E-Bytes, how you doing? E-Class and Bytes. A lot of yeses. A lot of yeses. Okay. So, hey, Golf Coast Cranny, how you doing? So this right here, I'm dropping something in the chat for you right now. It would help if there it goes. So what I just dropped into the chat, and I drop this in almost every live stream, it's called the YouTube Creator Academy. Now, this is created by YouTube. YouTube made this. It is a series of educational courses. They're mini courses, just very small courses, totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. Totally free. This is created by YouTube to teach you how YouTube works on a basic level. On a basic level, they teach you how YouTube works. And let me just pull this up real quick because I want everybody to see this. This is such a great place to get started. If you're trying to figure out how to get things moving on your channel. Let me pull this down. Hey, Consistent Ash, how you doing? There you go. So what YouTube does is they break this down, right, by different things. Start here, getting started. You have to understand the foundation of YouTube before you get started. They have other things too, like content strategy, talking about production. Let's talk about their policies and guidelines so you don't get your channel deleted for something you didn't even know was against the rules. Let's talk about monetization and ways to make money, right? Channel optimization, tools to grow your channel, right? They have, right? Unlock your gaming channel. Look at that. If you're a gamer, they even have something specifically for you. It's only 5 lessons and it's 90 minutes long. That's it. If you cannot invest 90 minutes to learn how to become a better gaming channel, then, then you can't be upset if you're not growing. However, don't just run into that. Start here. Start with the basics. Start with the very basics, even if they seem like they're too basics or they're too basic. Start there to have a deeper understanding of what's going on. You have to have a good foundation and then build on top of that. This is the best place to go to get started. And it's totally free. It is totally, totally free. Renee says, how I learned to stop stressing about the algorithm and love my audience. There you go. And by the way, for those of you who don't know who this gentleman is, let me listen to him. When he speaks, you listen. Hold on one second. Let me get him pulled up here. Where is he at? There you go. Here's Renee. Thoughtful Apple reviews. And you hear us talk a lot about value propositions and letting people know what your channel's about. Thoughtful Apple reviews and analysis, right? He tells it that's so elegant and it's so simple. And you know exactly when you land on his channel, what his channel is about, right? So if you're into Apple products, iPhone, iPad, computers, or whatever, you need to go subscribe to Renee. He's the best in the business, hands down at what he does. He covers all the news, all the gear, all the rumors. He covers everything. And he's an awesome guy. All right. Hey, Harmony Network. How you doing? Who's flooding? Moderators, feel free to show them the door if they can't stop spamming. Hey, Titastic, how you doing from lockdown lunacy in Thailand? Yeah, man. One of these days I'll get home. That's not me, man. That's all you. What are you talking about? All right, next question. Here we go. All right, we're back to the questions here. Sebastian Bryant asks the next question. And the question is, I notice big successful shorts channels get bad views on regular videos. Yep, that happens a lot. Not always, but it does happen a lot. Should I stop doing shorts and focus on uploading regular videos? I started doing my channel 2 weeks ago. Okay, so first of all, welcome to YouTube. Welcome to YouTube. Go through the YouTube Creator Academy. Here's the thing about YouTube Shorts. Some people are seeing huge success in flow over of people watching their shorts and then, following over and watching their long form content. Some people are having a lot of success there. A lot of people are not having success there. And what they're finding is people love my short form content, but they're not coming over to watch my long form content. Now there's different strategies that you can do to try to get people to come over, but here's what I want you to think about. When it comes to short form content, you have to understand that what's happened now is we now have different options. With the rise of platforms like TikTok and Dubsmash and Triller and Byte and Likey, all these other short form platforms, people have fallen in love with short form content. Doesn't matter if you like it or not. There's a huge group of people, self included, that have just fallen in love with short form content. If I watch shorts from a channel, most of the time I don't go over to watch their long form content either, unless their shorts are so good and so value packed or so entertaining that I'm just compelled to go over to watch their long form content. Now, here's something to keep in mind about shorts. When you make a short, right? People are swiping on a short, okay? When they swipe, as soon as they see your short, that's a view. So people are like, oh, I'm getting a view. I'm getting views on shorts. Yeah, but they just swiped and they got a view. It's not like they actually clicked in and went and watched your shorts, like they did in a long form video. They see a thumbnail. Oh, I want to commit. I want to watch that. No, it's a short. They swiped and they see it. So look at your audience retention to see how that graph is at the beginning and towards the end, what percentage are actually finishing your short. That's going to tell you if your shorts are actually effective or not. You can also look at the traffic sources of your short. It might not come from the short shelf, but here's the thing. Because people love short form content and people love long form content, instead of thinking, how can I get short form people over to long form? Don't think that way. Start thinking in terms of, I have one audience that loves long form content. I have another audience that loves short form content. Now, congratulations. You now have 2 different audiences on your channel. Feed them both. Some of them will cross over, some of them will not. Maybe through different strategies, you'll figure out the best way to actually get them to come over. That's what you're going to have to experiment with. But don't worry about it. Just think about, I have 2 different audiences now. And then some of them will cross over and go back and forth. But what I do want you to do is, since you have that short form piece of content, upload that short form piece of content to Instagram Reels. Put it on TikTok, put it on Dubsmash, put it on Triller, put it on Likey, put it on Byte, put it everywhere you can put that video, because you never know where your audience is going to find you. You might struggle on YouTube, but end up with 1 million views on TikTok in a month or less. It happens to a lot of people. So don't put on the YouTube blinders, diversify, put that short form content everywhere you can, because you'd be surprised where you're going to build an audience. Next question is from Rolling with Ian. It says, I'm trying to figure out how to grow my subscribers. I do have a sign in the back of my wheelchair that, hold on, you've got a subscribe to me sign in the, I would subscribe to you if I saw that. I do have a sign on the back of my wheelchair that does attract new subscribers. That makes sense. I would subscribe too. Even your moderator, Costume Co, noticed me in my sign in Canada's Wonderland. Most of my videos are long and I get people watching the whole 30 minutes or more, but one of 2 people say to make shorter videos. I would love to break 1,000 views by the end of the year. Rolling with Ian. Okay, yeah, first of all, I think that's really clever to put, subscribe to my YouTube channel in the back of your wheelchair. I'm just going to have a peek at your channel here really quick. Hold on. I love clever marketing like that. So what are you doing here? Accessible explorations with your favorite places, new favorite places. Okay, so you're making content for people in wheelchairs, if I'm understanding this correctly, and you're just like rolling around and just roll with me. That's kind of cool, rolling through different cities. I dig that. And yeah, some of these are long. Okay, so here's what you have to keep in mind. The people who are currently subscribed to your channel, the people who are currently watching your videos, if they're like, hey, we want shorter content, okay, test it. But you have to understand that those people don't necessarily always know what's best for your channel. But because you do have really long videos, some of your videos are really long that I was just looking at here, 30 minutes, 51 minutes, 53 minutes, 32 minutes. I would test. Yeah, I would, over the course of the next month, test it, put out shorter videos, put out 10-minute videos and see if there's a different response. You might find that taking a 30-minute video and cutting it into 3 different parts might be way more successful than putting up one 30-minute video. So this is something you're going to have to test to see what your audience actually responds to, right? Like I can't tell you there's one particular way to do it. The only way to do it is the way that gets a response from your ideal audience. If you're getting a response from a 30-minute video and you put shorter clips up there, that may or may not work. Your audience, generally speaking, might love the longer videos. Short videos might fail on your channel, or the opposite could happen. And the shorter videos could just smoke the longer videos and your channel explodes. So I would say this, instead of trying to who's right, who's wrong, I would say test it. Test it for a month. Test it for a month so you have real data to choose from, right? When you can look at the data, because the data doesn't lie. The data is going to tell you what's up. Look at the data and you're going to know, do people really like the long videos or do they prefer the shorter videos? That's the only way you gotta do it. Mark, Walters Road, what's up, my man? How you doing? Look at those smiling faces I saw on the VidSummit speakers list. Yeah, man, fingers crossed. We've still got VidSummit going on. Pete John's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going? All right, next question. Next question is Fabmazing Tutorials. Question is, what are some good ways to quickly rise in subscribers? Should I put my channel on social media like TikTok, or should I comment on others' comment sections or get other people's videos to promote my videos? Okay, so you're trying to find a way to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2021 or 2022. All right, and Ian, I think you had a similar part to this question, and I think I just kind of glossed over that by mistake. If you're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers because you're trying to get into the partner program to monetize your channel, you also need 4,000 hours of watch time. So that's something to keep in mind. I will say this. I see a lot of people saying, I need to reach this subscriber goal by this particular time. I would ask you, why? Why do you need to reach this subscriber goal by a particular time? The best way to reach any number of subscribers, and I know this isn't the answer you want to hear, is to upload consistently and to make videos that people respond to. If people are not subscribing to your channel, if people aren't watching your videos, it's because you haven't figured out the formula yet. You haven't figured out the formula to get them to click, to get them to watch, right? It's a combination of having the right topics, having the right titles, having the right thumbnails, editing and presenting your video in a specific way that keeps them watching, right? These are tools, these are skills that we all have to learn on YouTube. So as you unlock the formula, as you unlock the puzzle, by learning how to choose the right topics, by learning how to write the right titles, by making the right thumbnails, by identifying the correct audience that you want to watch this video in the first place, by editing that video. As you learn how to do this, the subscribers are going to come. They're going to come. It's guaranteed. But you're not getting subscribers right now because you haven't unlocked that yet, right? There's a piece missing. Maybe your thumbnails are great. Maybe your topics are amazing. Maybe you're checking off all of the boxes but one. Maybe your edits suck. Maybe your hook at the beginning of the video is terrible. Or maybe your hook is amazing, but your thumbnail sucks, right? If you check off all those boxes, subscribers are going to come. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. But again, I got to ask, why are you focusing on subscribers? If instead, and this applies to everyone in here, we've got Walter's World in here who can back me up on this. We've got Pete Johns who's in here. We've got Renee Ritchie in here. All these guys are running very successful channels, very big channels, super engaged audiences. They're all going to back me up on this. And if I'm wrong, please, one of you step up and tell me and disagree with me. That's fine too. If you focus on learning how to give your audience what they want, you're not going to have to worry about anything else. Once you learn how to make that connection to the ideal viewer, once you learn what your viewers want and you consistently give that to them, you don't have to worry about anything, right? The views are going to come, the subscribers are going to come, the community is going to build. All of the stuff takes care of itself once you understand how to communicate with your ideal audience. I know that sounds simplistic, and I would love to get the opinions of those people that I just called out there, or anybody else who's having, Heidi's in here too, Costume Kill. If you're on YouTube and you're having success and you've got a channel that's a decent size, I would love to hear your opinion on that, right? Once you figure out what your audience wants and you give that to them, everything else falls into place. It might not fall into place as fast as you want it to, right? Some channels just grow faster than others based on the need for that particular type of content or the topics. If you have a very niche topic and not a lot of people are interested in it, you're going to grow a lot slower than somebody like Walter or Mark from Walter's World, who has a travel channel. Everybody's looking at travel content. Or Renee Ritchie, who's, he talks about Apple, right? Everybody, well, except for you Android savages, everybody else is interested in Apple. And here's a super chat.
Super chat.
Reese's Gameplay. Thank you for the super chat. So, see, I have a speech. Can you run good channels without talking? Yes. Yes, you can. Okay. I've been waiting for this. Let me see if I can find this. Let me find my screenshots. Can you run a successful channel without talking? Let me find this. Give me 1 second here. Screenshots. I want to show you something. I want you to look at this. I know this is not YouTube, but I don't know if he's on YouTube or not. Cabby Lame. Go find this guy on TikTok. 102.7 million followers. 102.7 million followers on TikTok. He doesn't say a word. He does not say a word. Let me click in on his Instagram and see what he's got going on Instagram. Oh, that was actually a screenshot that I took. 102 million followers on TikTok. He doesn't say a word ever. Not a single word. So if he can do it, if he can figure it out, you can figure it out. The key is you got to get creative about it. You need to think it through and have some sort of way of presenting the content where you don't need to speak. Easier said than done. He figured it out. Go study him. His is humor, but there are ways to do it, right? Music can say a lot. You can have imagery on the screen. Images can say a lot. You can have text to speech, where you have something else speaking for you. So the answer is yes. The problem is your own limitation for what you think you can or cannot do. You just have to find creative ways to do it. And again, I'm just going to show you this one more time. 102 million followers on TikTok. I heard, and I haven't confirmed this, but I read something that he gets $200,000 per sponsored video. Unconfirmed. This is something that I heard. $200,000 per sponsored video is what he gets. Bathe in that for a second, if you will. $200,000 per sponsored video is what he gets. Let that simmer for a moment. Thank you so much, man.
Super chat.
The answer to everything is not 42. It is D. Nimitz. I will do my best not to fanboy at Vid Summit. Dude, I'm looking forward to seeing you, man, and meeting you face to face one of these days. I love it. Yes, he's cool. I actually go to TikTok to watch this guy. Thanks for the super chat, Mark. I appreciate it. That guy's thumbs up. Hey, Zane, Maccabi Lame is real and authentic. I love watching him. Yeah, the key is, though, he doesn't say a word. He doesn't say a word. A word. So back what we were talking about, D is spot on. Your viewers will tell you what they want, meet their needs, and you will be golden. There you go. Kanye West in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, according to Mr. Beast, creators should have a retention rate of 70% and higher. Anything below is bad. Do you agree? It depends. It really depends. Mr. Beast competes at a different level, and he's trying to win. I mean, you're talking a guy who gets, what, 10 million views per video minimum? When you're competing against views on YouTube's homepage, meaning as soon as somebody opens up the homepage, they're seeing Mr. Beast, for example, or he's trying to get in all the trending videos. When you're at his level, competing for trending videos, competing for homepage eyeballs, then yeah, he needs a really high retention rate. However, based on your niche, based on what it is that you're doing, you don't always need that. For example, as I mentioned before, I make tutorials. It's a utility-based channel. Because most of my views come from search traffic, people go to YouTube and they say, how do I do X, Y, Z, right? I'm competing for a whole bunch of other videos that are teaching people how to do X, Y, Z. I have some videos that dominate, that are number 1 or number 2 on YouTube for search traffic with terrible audience retention, 30% audience retention. You have to excuse me for a moment. The phone is ringing because our food delivery is here, the grocery delivery day. My girlfriend's going to be handling this over on the side. 1 second. Yeah, our delivery's here, so you're going to hear some noise. Let me share this video with you for a second. And I would love to, we're going to test this out. Hold on here. Give me 1 second here. I've lost my status on this because it's out of it's 2 years old, so it's not as relevant anymore. And now everyone actually has access to this, but I want to give you an example of this. So give me 1 second. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. Video analytics, am I sharing the right screen? Yes, I am. Okay, so this was a video that I did. I think this has got one, my overview here, hold on. So my overview, lifetime, since uploaded. So this video has 1.9 million views. 1.9 million views, okay? And for a very long time, because it's 2 years old, this dominated. So before, if you went and you looked for how to turn on dark mode in YouTube, for a year, I was number 1. But here's what I want you to look at. Even though I was number 1, even though I have almost 2 million views, my average view retention here, look at that, not even 30%. And look at this monstrous, terrible drop at the beginning. I did everything wrong right here, right? But I did everything right here, and then I screwed it up again right here. So my video pretty much lives and dies within this section right here. But even though the percentage viewed is that low, this still dominated for like a year or a year and a half at number 1, and it's dropped some since. But it dominated for so long because even though that was low, it was still higher than the other videos that were talking about the same thing, right? So the other videos competing for the same topic performed worse than this video, even though this is bad. Therefore, I still ranked higher than them. And I got to see what the actual, 1 second here. So my lifetime click-through rate on this with almost 9 million impressions is still almost 18%. So my percentage viewed was really low, but my click-through rate is really high, even with a high number of impressions. It's totally normal, and Mr. Beast will talk about this as well. When you start getting into millions and millions of impressions, it's normal for your click-through rate to go down. In this case, it didn't. So I was able to outperform the other videos competing for this. Now, this works with search traffic. Okay, this works with search traffic. This isn't going to work for every channel. If your traffic is coming from browse or coming from suggested, you might have to have a much higher percentage of completion on your video. So for what Mr. Beast is doing, that's what he needs. That's what he recommends other channels to have as well if you're ending up on the home page. But if you're getting search traffic, then you just need to outcompete the other people that are making similar videos. So the answer to your question is yes, in most cases, but no, depending on your traffic source. Let's see here, I'm going back to the chat. Dang, that's right. I ain't saying I'm a gold digger. Renee says, if you got 70%, you should be working on 75. Yeah, that's true. If you can get to 70%, go for 75. If you can get to 40%, push for 45. You can get to 50, go to 50, right? So you got to look at this stuff. It's difficult to look at this stuff and just say, you know, there's a binary rule, right? It has to be this way. There's a lot of different ways. And by the way, this is I don't know who came up with this saying, but there's more than one way to skin a cat. And I don't know who came up with that. Renee says the best idea is to never be happy. It'll always working to increase retention. Yeah, that's, you know, and you nailed it. It's just try to make each video a little bit better than the last one. That's all you can really do. All right, next question. Did I answer this one already? Oh, man, I just go way off track. From Fab Amazing Tutorials, you talked about getting 1,000 subscribers. I think I answered that. Focus on connecting with the viewer and things will fall into place. It's easier said than done, but that's what YouTube is about. That's what TikTok is about. All these social media platforms, the better you connect with your audience, the more people can relate to you and get what they want. That's where the growth happens. If you're not growing, it's because either A, you haven't given it enough time yet, or B, you're not making that connection, or C, you're just uploading all kinds of different types of content and you're not really connecting to any one particular type of audience. Moose Sensation asks the next question. He says, hey, Dio, I was wondering, I've been using YouTube Shorts lately and I have nearly 3,000 views in the past month, but unfortunately that has not translated to views on my videos. Yeah, okay, we already talked about this. Any recommendations because I'm really confused and I'm stuck on 93 subs. Okay, so we just talked about the subs. Don't worry about the subs. I checked my analytics and it says the best time to upload is 10 a.m. I uploaded before, but no results. Okay, so you're probably not making that connection and you're a gaming channel. So remember earlier in the stream, I talked about what gaming channels need. You need to either be teaching people how to play the game, you need to be a great gamer yourself to the point that people just love to watch you play, or you need to bring something new to the table. It could be your amazing personality, but you just got to bring something new. If all you're doing is saying, watch me play the game, and you're not really that good at the game, why, you know, this is a hard question to ask, but why should I watch you? Why should, and I'm not picking on you here. this is all the gamers. Why should I watch? I'm speaking to every gamer here right now. Actually, tell me, gamers, if you're in here right now, tell me, why should I watch you play whatever game that you're playing? Why should I watch you play whatever game you're playing when I can watch other people who are better than you play the same game? Tell me. I'm going to keep an eye for your replies here, because this is a question that you have to ask yourself. And if you don't know how to answer that, you got to figure out how to answer that question, and you got to learn how to execute on that.
Super Chat.
Luxury Hybrid, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, is it a bad idea to use the same title as larger influencers in your niche if it is relevant to your car content or current content? You can use the same title. It's actually a strategy. A lot of channels have seen growth by using the same title, right? Using the same title, but you make your video. One strategy is this: look at a channel that's a lot more successful than yours, watch their video, and take notes and say, okay, they made this video about this particular topic. What can I do differently? Or what did they not do? What did they not say? What did they leave out? What did they forget? What can I do better than they did? And then go down and read through their comments and look for the questions that people are asking, because they probably forgot something. So people start asking questions in the comments under those videos. Start taking notes on those questions. And then you make a video that's better than that video, answering all of those questions, and use the same title. You might find that if you have a good thumbnail that gets clicked and you have a decent video that edited together, okay, you might find that your video ends up as the watch next suggested video for the video from the channel that's much larger than yours. Like, that's a verified strategy that a lot of people use. So to answer your question, yeah, go for it. Make it happen. You got to be good. Pixelpia, once again, says, oh my God, I wish you could live stream every night. I lurk and work and get lots done. I learn at the same time. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for your continued generosity. Pia, you're always so kind. Thank you. And I'm looking through here. So personality for sure. Okay, so you're a gamer. You're replying to why people should watch you. Okay. Hold on one second. Personality, that's not enough. What about your personality, right? Define this. You have to learn how to define this very specifically. What about your personality makes people want to watch? Are you funny? Do you have a dry sense of humor? Do you have do you have those deadpan comedy moments? Do you have a larger than life personality like Dr. Disrespect? What is it specifically about your personality? You have to define this stuff. You have to know exactly what's going on and what your strengths are, and you have to learn how to play to those strengths. Car content, current content. Okay, yeah, I got you. Yep. YouTube is no different than a sport. There has to be someone better. There's going to be someone better tomorrow. Absolutely. No one stays at the top of anything forever. Even Mr. Beast won't be a household name in the future. Yeah, I mean, everything changes. Let me see here. See if I missed a super chat. Yeah, this is a good point from Renee. Jimmy, who's Mr. Beast, he also works 27 hours a day, 9 days a week on his stuff. So you do the healthy too. Yeah, so here's the thing about Mr. Beast, in case you guys don't know. Jimmy he's a workaholic. He eats, breathes, sleeps YouTube. From the time he wakes up to the time he goes to bed, YouTube is his life. He has a team. He has a very large team, and all they do is YouTube, right? So Mr. Beast is YouTube at its best in terms of understanding data and reach and connecting with an audience. It's YouTube at its best, but it comes with a cost. Like, he is YouTube. Like, that's all he does. Just want to buy you a beverage by proxy until the day we can do it in person. Yeah, we've never met face to face, have we? I just realized that.
Super chat.
Thank you, Renee. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Yeah, my guess, Renee, is probably 2022. They just canceled VidCon. So my guess is, and maybe I'm wrong, but my guess is a lot of stuff's going to get canceled, if not all of the things. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I currently hit 65% retention on a 6 to 8 minute video. That's huge, actually. And I'm working on to improve it from there. Yep. 1 second. Hey, Oreeb Jan, how you doing? Yeah, they canceled VidCon. VidCon was canceled 2 days ago. And I'm waiting for the rest of the ones to follow suit because they're in California as well. So VidCon officially canceled. All right, next question here. Next question is from Star. He says, I've done YouTube for 5 years now, and I've been struggling to get more views and subscribers over time, making good thumbnails, tags, titles, suggestions, etc. How do I make my gaming content more appealing to people? Exactly what I just said. I just broke down what gamers need to do, and I'm just going to look at your channel here. First of all, congratulations for just sticking through this for quite some time. What? So here's your problem, and I'm going to pull your channel up here because here's your problem. You've been on YouTube for 5 years. You've been on YouTube for 5 years, and I'm going to go over to your videos, and I'm going to pull your channel up, and I'm going to look at your videos. So here's all of the videos on your channel. 11 videos. Does anyone in here want to tell them why they're not growing? I'll let you guys handle this one. Anyone in here want to tell this person why they're not growing on YouTube? And I'm gonna leave that up, and I'm gonna let you guys tell them in the chat while I move on to the next question. I'm gonna make sure I'm sharing that. Yep. All right. Next question is from Vlogger Tom. Says, I've been attempting to take my channel back to vlogs and urban legends, though the truck-related videos seem to get more traffic. Should I pursue more truck-related videos or continue to shift to vlogs and urban legends? Okay, in my opinion, apologies for the dogs next door. I'm in an Airbnb, and my neighbors are those types of people who just put their dogs on a balcony 24 hours a day. They take them out to pee and poop, and that's it. They live on a balcony about the size of a bathroom. I hate them. I hate them. They're terrible. They shouldn't own pets. If you keep a dog just chained to a tree its entire life, you're a terrible person. If your dog is on a balcony for its entire life, 24 hours a day, you're a terrible person. Just putting that out there. If you don't love your pet, don't have a pet. All right. Here's a question. All right. Here's the answer to your question. Urban legends and vlogs are completely different than truck-related videos. I would say, why not do both? Make a truck channel and then do your vlogs and urban legends. But mixing those up together doesn't seem like a good mix. If I love your truck content and you start talking about urban legends, and whoa, I love your truck content. Not here for the urban legends. If I found you because of your urban legends, and I'm like, whoa, I don't care about your truck, right? You don't want to segment or separate your audience that way. Segment your audience, same thing. Next question is Tennis Beast. Says, hey, do you love your videos? Hey, thanks. I love that you watch them. I started my channel by creating YouTube Shorts, and I was getting a lot of views, but recently my views have all started performing terribly. Surprise, surprise. Everybody's doing YouTube Shorts now. When people started doing YouTube Shorts at first, it was a gold rush. And don't get me wrong, there's still plenty of opportunity there, but now everyone is uploading YouTube Shorts. So it's no surprise, the competition is fierce. I was wondering if something has changed in the Shorts algorithm. It's possible. Shorts is new. They are changing things up regularly. Or if my videos are not just good enough quality, that's possible too. That's possible too. So here's what you need to understand. One, everybody and their mother, they're making Shorts now, so competition is fierce. Number two, there could have been a change in the algorithm. Shorts is new. I know they're constantly tweaking things to make it better. Three, it could be that people aren't interested in your Shorts. So here's what you do. Go into the actual video. Look at your audience retention. I just showed that up on my 2 million view video. Look at your audience retention. Let's say your short is 45 seconds long and you're not getting at least an 80 or 90 or 95% completion rate or even 100% on that short. That could be hurting you. If you've got a 30-second video and only 20% are finishing that short, negative signal, right? YouTube is about performance. If your short performs well, YouTube is going to make sure people see it. If it doesn't perform well, YouTube's going to tank it. They're going to bury it. So go look at your audience retention. It's going to show you that graph. It's going to tell you exactly what's going on with your video. If you're getting 100% completion on that short, and that's like a regular thing. Wow, my videos are getting 90, 95, 100% completion. Like that's a positive signal. It could be the topics that you're choosing. It could be that your shorts will come back and get a boost later if you're getting that kind of, finish on your shorts. But if it's like 20, 30, 40%, you're competing against shorts that are getting 100% completion, right? Because a short isn't the same as a video. It's hard to get someone to complete or even halfway complete a 10-minute video. But a 30-second short, people are getting 100% completion rate on those. I've seen them. I've seen that with my own eyes. So performance. I'm going to lean on performance on this one and competition. Next question from Zane. Hey, Zane, how you doing? Tips to improve video editing to improve audience retention. Great question. And I just realized I was sharing this screen the entire time. So tips to get people to watch your videos longer. This is a great question. You need to Google something called a pattern interrupt. I'm going to drop this into the chat. Pattern interrupt. Google this. Google a pattern interrupt. Anytime you change your angle, anytime you zoom in or zoom out, or you show B-roll, or you change something, right? That's called a pattern interrupt. There's a fine line between doing it too much and doing it just enough to hold the audience retention. So learn how to do proper pattern interrupts. Like if I wanted to do a lot of pattern interrupts right now, I would set up 2 or 3 or 4 cameras. I would switch back and forth between the cameras. I would have different graphics coming on the screen right now. And it would probably hold your attention a lot better, right? But I'm in an Airbnb, I'm limited on gear and all that stuff, and I'm just kind of lazy. And I'm not trying to get you to hang out during the whole stream. I'm just trying to answer your questions. So check out the pattern interrupt. Learn how to do that effectively. You got to find the right pacing for your audience, right? Depending on your demographic, they might want less pattern interrupts. Or if they're younger, they might want more. At the same time, depending, this applies to everyone in here, at the same time, see if you can weave some sort of story in there. Storytelling does really well too. Or learn how to do like a loop back. Like you start to talk about something and then you let them know something's coming a little bit later. and then you switch and you talk about something else. You let them know something's coming a little bit later, and then you get back to that thing, right? You're kind of doing all these loop backs to get people's, you hold their attention, right? I'm going to talk about XYZ. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but first let me tell you about this. You let them know something's coming, and you get to that, and you kind of, right? You're moving things around. You're editing things. You're putting in visual pattern interrupts. You're weaving stories into it. There's a lot that goes into this, and it's a lot easier said than done. This is something I struggle with myself, but it's something to explore and start testing to learn how to do. The people who do this really well generally have a really high completion rate on their videos. Oh yeah, exactly. Watch Sniper Wolf or Logan Paul. They edit 100% for retention. Yeah, or Mr. Beast. Yeah, look at the biggest channels on YouTube. Look at what they're doing. Look at the pace of the editing. Look at how they edit. But to be fair, you also have to understand demographics. If you're doing something highly technical, you're not going to be able to edit like Logan Paul because you might need to speak a little bit slower. You might need to put something on the screen that lingers a little bit longer so people can read it. So everything depends on the type of content that you make and the audience that's watching them. If you have an older demographic, 50, 60 plus watching your content, you're old, they might want things a little bit slower than all this super fast editing that works with Sniper Wolf, who probably has a bunch of 16-year-old boys watching her videos. All right, next question. But their editing is on point though. Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, Sniper Wolf. I mean, they're great at what they do. They understand who's watching and they edit for those people. Next question from Doc and Valkyrie. How can I get more views back before at least 50 plus then it dropped? How do you get more views? Let me look at your channel to see what you're doing here. You are a gaming channel. So again, with the gaming channel, well, I think I've already talked about like 3 or 4 times at the gaming channel. It's like you have to figure out a way to bring something else. And just looking at your titles are long. You're trying to stuff a bunch of information into the title, and it doesn't really speak to me. So think about shortening your titles. Think about coming up with something that's more compelling. Give me a reason to click instead of trying to just write a bunch of stuff into a title to try to capture the attention of lots of people. Come up with a shorter, more concise, very compelling title. Give people a reason to click and watch. And all the other things that I talked about with gaming, that applies to you as well. I think we talked about gaming like 3 different times in this chat. Jared Allen 134 asks, I currently have 10 subscribers. How can I grow? Okay, well, earlier on, I dropped a link to the YouTube Creator Academy. And where's that at? Do I still have that up here? I don't have it. I'll drop it in here one more time. YouTube Creator Academy. This is where you need to start. If you don't have a basic understanding of YouTube and how YouTube works and what YouTube expects of you as a creator, you're going to struggle to grow. So you start right here. You start right here. You go through that. You start with the basics. Then you go through channel optimization. You go through every course. So when this is finished, when you finish the YouTube Creator Academy, and I don't want you to just gloss through it. Go through it as many times as you have to go through it, to the point that if you and I were ever to meet up at a cafe or at Vid Summit or some event and we wanted to get into a deeper conversation of YouTube, you would understand the conversation and you wouldn't be saying things like, or asking basic questions. You have to understand the basics of YouTube. You have to understand the foundation of YouTube and what YouTube expects from us. If you can't do that, if you won't put the time into that, if you won't invest in yourself, you're not going to make it. Should I start a gaming channel? Heidi, you should. You should start a gaming channel. All right. Yeah, and I'm not throwing any shade on gamers. We've talked about gaming, I think, 3 different times during this stream, and it's the same answer. It's the same answer every single time for gaming channels. Let me see here. So I'm gonna pull this bloke up. Look at this guy. We haven't pulled this guy up in a long time. Look at this. Live a life you will remember. Urban Explorer, van building and van life. Subscribe for weekly videos. Yeah, I don't think that's changed since the last time, but I love that, man. That speaks to me. I'll buy it. One of these days, I'm buying a van. You got the shorts coming. Oh, you're getting views in the shorts. That's good. One thing something I would test, Neil, I don't know where your shorts traffic is coming from. It might be coming, because shorts can get traffic outside of the short shelf as well. I would consider testing for like a month or so, moving your shorts playlist down underneath some of the other content. Unless you find that more people are watching your shorts from here, I would move it down so it's not so prominent. Because what I find myself when I'm coming to a channel, I'll glaze over, right? Like I would find the strongest playlist and the strongest videos you have, and I would put those up here at the top. Like that would be the first thing. The strongest body of content that you have is what I would put up here at the top. I would test that and then move the shorts down. And then I would organize your playlist accordingly. The strongest playlist with the strongest videos, followed by, put them as they get a little bit weaker as they go down. I love that. And by the way, everybody, this is how you build out a playlist, right? Like, so if you go to his homepage here, he's got his playlist. Like this is great. New to van building. Learn the basics of building a camper van. And then he has a description right here. Like that's a solid playlist title. The reason playlists are important is because playlists can actually rank. They can be recommended to people. They can be shown to people as they're using YouTube. So you want to make sure that your playlist, you don't want to just, for example, let's just say Neil here, say the playlist title just said van, or van building. That van building might work. But he's speaking to a particular viewer, someone who's new to van building, right? New to van building. Learn the basics of building a camper van. That speaks specifically to a particular viewer instead of just saying camper van or van building, right? So this is the right way to build up your playlist, and then putting them on your homepage, ordering them, putting them on their homepage, grouped together by topic. Yeah, this looks great, dude. You've been taking notes all these years. Before and after. The biggest Sprinter van conversion you can get. So this is what I mean too, and I'm talking about like compelling titles, right? Instead of trying to stuff a whole bunch of stuff into your title, look at that. The biggest Sprinter van conversion you can get. What really happens when YouTube van, I would prefer that didn't get truncated, but sometimes that can work to your advantage if you put it just right there because, I wonder what that says. Look at this amazing jumbo Sprinter van. You won't believe this ceiling is in a Ford van, right? So this is what I'm talking about with compelling titles. Some of these could strategically be truncated. I'm not sure, but yeah, dude, you're doing great. Neil, you don't have a card. Don't forget your cards, buddy. Don't forget your cards, Neil, and don't forget your pinned comment. And you're also missing out on not putting a link up here somewhere. Ideally it goes before the see more, but even if it's under the see more, you're missing out on not having a relevant link right there. So you're missing out on views, man. Pinned comment views, link in the description views up at the top, because right now, you potentially you're going to lose them here. You might lose them here. You might lose them here. Check out my Amazon store. You might lose them here, right? Always give them every option. So you're missing your card, pinned comment link, description link, and I hope you've got at least, okay, you got your end screen. That's good. Hey, is that mine, Neil? Is that from my edges template? That looks similar. So yeah, that's what I got for you, dude. Everything looks good. Don't forget those things, man. With the channel that's been around as long as yours, you have, I will always pin a comment. Well, don't forget to pin the comment when the video goes live, because that's when that rush of views come in. If you come back and pin the comment, you've missed out on a lot of potential views on those other videos, right? Card, pin comment, link in the description. If you come back and add those later, you've missed that rush, that initial rush. You might get a lift later, but you've missed that initial rush. Don't forget those. Leaving views on the table. You copied Rouge. You copied Rouge. What's Rouge? I'm going through it all tomorrow. Get on it, man. Get on it. All right. I'm going to grab a couple out of the chat right now. Is the reaction video content a thing going to get old? Depends. Here's the thing about reaction videos. Are you going to do reactions forever? Like, what are your goals? If your goal is like, I just want a YouTube with a YouTube channel with a lot of subscribers. Okay. You better be really entertaining with your reactions if you have any sort of a plan. When you're creating a channel, you need to have some sort of a strategy. Like, what's your goal? Are you trying to make money? Are you trying to get brand deals? Are you trying to build a community? Do you have something to sell? Do you have a digital product? Like, what is your purpose? Are you trying to collect emails and drive them into your sales funnel? What is your purpose of your YouTube channel? And this is where I think a lot of reaction videos fall short, is people are starting reaction channels with no real goal other than I'm just going to make reaction videos. The other issue with reaction channels is, even though how you're reacting to content today is accepted and you might be okay with it, tomorrow there could be a policy shift with YouTube, and they could start cracking down, or you could start getting tons of copyright claims or copyright strikes on the things that you're reacting to. So I think reaction channels are risky. I think they're risky because I don't think they're very good at future-proofing your place on the platform. And you need to be really good at it. You need to be really good at having a reaction channel. Like Sniper Wolf, fantastic. She does reactions. She's great at it. Are you that good? If not, then that's something to work towards. Educated at the School of Nimmin. Awesome. Let me see. Going through the... Can you review top 10? Nope, I'm not pulling up any more channels right now. What do you need so bad? Not him. Niminati Gaming. Listen, Nick's a gamer. Nick plays games. He's got all the gaming stuff. If you're going to play games with me, we're playing like the original Mario Brothers. We're playing Donkey Kong. We're playing Asteroids. We're playing Cubert, Pac-Man. Like I do on my PC in Thailand. I do have Call of Duty. I do have, oh man, what's the one? This is how terrible the game is. Half-Life. I've got Half-Life and I've got Call of Duty. In terms of modern gaming, I think that's the extent of my gaming. I do not see shorts on my PC. I just use shorts. Why shorts are not uploaded on my PC? I'm not sure I understand the question. I don't see shorts. I just use shorts. Why shorts not loaded? Not sure. Heavy Metal Chef, have a good one, man. I feel like there must be a language barrier with gaming channels. So many come in here and just spam the question over and over. Yeah, so the thing with a lot of channels, especially gaming channels in general, is people think that their channels are different and there's going to be different advice for their channel. Like, hey, I know you just gave this advice for this channel, but can you look at mine because I've got a unique problem? You don't really have a unique problem. You just think you do. 95% of the channels on YouTube in general, not just gaming channels, you can rip them apart with basic practices, right? Best practices. If you don't understand the foundation of YouTube, if you don't implement best practices out of the gate at some level, you're going to struggle. When it comes to gaming, same like music, right? Music channels, competition is fierce. Like you have to find a way to stand out. How do you stand out as a music channel? Some people stand out by making good covers, or they're just great. They're great at what they do. They're great musicians. They let their work speak for themselves and they just keep doing it and they keep doing it and they keep doing it. And eventually things work out for them if they're really good. But if you're not that good at what you do yet, right? Everybody can improve and be better. If you're not that good yet, or you're just making the wrong songs or you're not covering the right songs, it's going to be slower to grow. Same thing for gaming channels, right? You're just like, hey, watch me. Everybody wants to just say watch me play a game. Watch me play Call of Duty. Why? Why do I want to watch you play Call of Duty? Like you need to be really interesting or really entertaining or really good at the game, or you need to teach me how to play Call of Duty. I want to beat Call of Duty. Like you got to give me something. Otherwise I'm not going to watch you. Scully's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going? Is shorts too competitive? It's competitive if you're not making shorts that people are responding to. This is the thing with competition, right? If you're making videos that people respond to in a positive manner, then no, it's not too competitive. It might take you a bunch of tries, but no, it's not too competitive. Like gaming, right? Is gaming oversaturated? It is saturated. Is it oversaturated? No. I guarantee you, hey, Rukshan from Sri Lanka, how you doing? I guarantee you if Nick created a gaming channel, he's actually pretty good at gaming, don't let him fool you. If he created a gaming channel and he didn't even tell you he had a gaming channel and he did not use any of his juice from his main channel to send people to his gaming channel, I guarantee you within a year, he would have a pretty decent gaming channel, decent sized gaming channel, because he understands the basics and he understands YouTube. He understands how to connect with an audience. So once you understand those things, once you have the correct tools, then a competitive niche it's not that competitive anymore, right? You have to have the right tools and the right understanding for a niche not to be that competitive. I mean, you're going to work hard no matter what, but it becomes more realistic to stand out in a saturated niche when you understand what you need to do, when you have the right tools. Wow. Right back to you. Hope you're doing well in Sri Lanka. Yeah, exactly. Everything's competitive. You just have to grind. Yeah, man, you gotta sharpen your tools. You gotta learn. And on that note, I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me today. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the amazing questions. I will be back same time, same place next Sunday. This will publish live. So if you didn't get your question answered in the chat, when this publishes, come back and leave a comment. Ask your question there. I will be answering your questions in the comments under this video once it publishes. And if you haven't yet, give us a thumbs up. Give us a like. Give us a like. Let me know if you enjoyed yourself, if I answered your question, if you learned anything at all. And yeah, I would appreciate a thumbs up on that. Just lets me know I'm doing the right thing. Or give me a thumbs down if you didn't enjoy it. I got my big boy pants on. It's all good. So thanks everybody. I will catch you next weekend. Have an amazing week. And if you haven't subscribed to my Twitch channel, there's a link down below. If you're over the age of 18, come follow me over on Twitch. I do other streams over there. Sometimes I do YouTube reviews. Last night, we made music for 5 hours over there. So make sure you subscribe to me over on Twitch, link down below, and I'll see everybody next week. Cheers. If I can hit